Let us try to understand the control flow of if-else statement by solving a simple problem, where we will find the largest number among the three integers. Now let us first try to understand the algorithm behind how to find the largest number among three numbers. Let's say we have three variables a, b and c. So first we will compare between a and b. So if a is greater than b, if it happens to be true, that means a is greater than b. So check a and c. Now if a is greater than c, print a, else print c. But if a is not greater than b, that means b is greater than a. So check between b and c. If b is greater, print b or else print c. Here it is the first condition to compare between a and b, which is followed by another condition if this happens to be true. And if this first condition happens to be false, then it has another condition. So we are going to use here nested if-else. So let us try to write a code for it. Add a new file, ifelse.c. First include the header file. And then start with our main function. We will just initialize all the three variables for time being. Let's say a is equal to 8, b is equals to 10 and c is equal to 2. Now we need to check first whether a is greater or b is greater. So we will apply if and the condition will be a greater than b. Now if a will be greater than b, if it happens to be true, then we need to check between a and c. So we will check if a is greater than c. Now if both the condition happens to be true, that is a greater than b, control flow comes here, checks this condition, a greater than c. Now if a is greater than b, a is greater than c, that means the largest number is a. So we need to print here largest number is %d, that is a. Now if a is greater than b happens to be true, but this happens to be false, that is a is not greater than c. That means a is greater than b, but a is less than c. So the largest number would be c. So here else printf largest number is %d, that is c. Now if a is not greater than b, that means b is greater. So the control flow will never come inside this if loop and it will execute the else part. In the else condition, we will again check between b and c. So if b is greater than c, that means b is greater than a. A is greater than b happens to be false, that is b is greater than a, and b is also greater than c. That means b is the largest number. So printf largest number is %d, that is b. Else b would be greater than a, but if this happens to be false, so b would be less than c. So in the else part, largest number is %d, that is c. So this is the nested if-else. If this condition happens to be false, then the control flow directly jumps to the else statement and checks this condition. If it happens to be true, control flow comes inside this block and bypasses the else. But if this condition happens to be false, then it jumps to the else statement and execute this else block. Let us save this program, open the terminal, compile, and run. So we get the correct result. The largest number is 10 because among 8, 10 and 2, the largest number is 10. Here the values were hard coded. That is, we directly put the values and initialized it according to our need. But what if we need to give some other values to a, b and c? So here, instead of initializing, we will just declare abc variables, tell the user to enter 3 numbers and then scan those 3 numbers using multiple input method. First will be stored in ampersand A, ampersand B, and then ampersand C. Now let us compile and run this program. C/OA ifelse.c and execute. So enter the three numbers. Let's say we put the numbers 6, 10 and 49. So the largest number is 49. That means our nested if-else logic is appearing to be perfectly fine. Now what if we enter two numbers as equal? If I say 6, 10 and 10. So it should print 10. Here just the conditions will be altered. Rather than using A is greater than B, we would be using if A is greater than equal to B. Just the relational operators you have to change. Consider this as a self-assignment and try to apply the logic and write the code accordingly. In the next coming lesson, that is another type of decision-making statement, that is switch statement, we would be learning the syntax for switch statement and rules for switch statement.